The Supreme Judicial Council decided to proceed in the matter. So what they needed to do is inquire into the matter.
How should they inquire into the matter?
By holding a factual inquiry on the allegations that were there.
Was any factual inquiry held?
Never.
Yeah,
That's my private.
This is an admitted fact.
It's a fact.
Where is it? Is this admitted fact that no inquiry was held by the SJC?
Well, ये जो है,
is it admitted fact or not admitted?
Admit कर लिया था, जिसकी वजह से जो है.
No, देखें, there are two aspects to it. Na? One is the speech. The other is the content of the speech. See, as far as the speech is concerned, he's not denying it. He said, I did make this speech, but I made it, this is their case, that since nobody was paying any attention to me, so I went public. Whether this in itself constitutes misconduct or not, that's one, leave that aside for the time being. We are simply asking you that the allegations that were leveled by the petitioner, were they inquired into by the Supreme Judicial Council or not? Is this true or false?
No, my lord. उनकी allegation की नहीं की गई, जो कि
नहीं, बस ये पूछ रहे हैं. अच्छा, and now please go to what you said, 2096.
Yes, sir.
Khan Sahib, you were referring to another provision.
Yes, sir. The others clause 6. If after inquiring into the matter, so this is very important, if, after inquiring into the matter, the council reports to the president that it is of the opinion that the judge is incapable of performing the duties of his office or has been guilty of misconduct and that he should be removed from office, the president may remove the judge from office. So, sir, the council can only report if it has held inquiry into the matter.
Can you read 7 also?
7. A judge of the Supreme Court or of a High Court shall not be removed from office except as provided by this article. Meaning thereby, on the basis of a report which has been made after due inquiring into the matter, that only in that case, if there is a report in which he has been found guilty of misconduct after full factual inquiry, only on that basis he can be removed, cannot be removed for any other way. Otherwise,
going along with you, I just want to understand one thing. It's being conceded by the Attorney General that there was no factual inquiry. Now, moving ahead, what can we do? What can this court do?
That means that inquiry is that report by the Supreme Judicial Council on the basis of which he has been removed is unconstitutional because Constitution requires.
I'm not asking for an argument. I'm saying what can this court do? What if I was to ask you, okay, what sort of order can this court pass? What would you suggest?
Declaring the inquiry, the report of the Supreme Judicial Council as unconstitutional, void, and nullity.
But suppose the allegations that you level were not true, then
what was it?
Suppose that the allegations that you leveled, one person is saying no, one person is saying yes. Now we must have a mechanism to ascertain who is telling the truth. I mean, we can't throw a coin in the air and decide on that basis. So there are two possibilities. I mean, you don't mind my saying so. Either the petitioner is telling the truth or is not telling the truth. There are only two possibilities. If, don't mind my saying so, if he's not telling the truth and he makes this allegation and on that, and nobody ascertains, like you have alleged that nobody ascertained, and nobody ascertains whether his allegation is true or false, and is or whatever the order is set aside, surely this will not be proper. That's why I'm saying, how do we go forward now?
That is exactly the case. If your Lordship may kindly see that I informed the Chief Justice of
No, we understand that. They concede no inquiry was held. I'm saying, where do we go from here?
So therefore, the entire proceedings against me...
Suppose, just for the sake of argument, we say, because we have to deal with these cases, it becomes precedent. Okay? Supreme Judicial Council, let's assume, did not do its job by inquiring into the matter. Correct? I think fundamental rights are available to judges as well. The due process and fair trial. By all means, hear it and then remove me. Because say this is false allegation you've leveled, you don't fit to be a judge, and not only you made a false allegation, you went and made it publicly. If it was false, he should be removed. If it was false, he should be removed.
No.
No. If the allegation that you make now,
yes,
is established to be false after the inquiry,
yes,
should you have been removed?
Then can be yes.
Okay.
Then that
No. Now I reverse it.
Yeah.
If after inquiry it transpires that the allegation that you leveled was true,
yes,
they may say you still should be removed because you went public, or no, you should not be. But your emphasis is on the fact that one way or the other inquire into the matter. Am I correct in understanding that? Now because you had leveled initially allegations without making anyone a party, so we wanted to hear what the persons against whom the allegations had been made, would they say? They may come and say, yes, I did so, but there was nothing wrong in it, or simply say, yes, I did it. But the matter can't end now because they're saying, no, this is all false. So who will ascertain the truth of the matter?
The Supreme Judicial Council ought to have done that. My position is. Now your lordship is.
Zara mein solution bhi bata dena sir. We're looking for how to solve this riddle.
इसका simple जवाब है sir. जैसे पहले, in some cases it has happened. एक तो ये है जो हमने begin with कहा
हमें solution हम आपका point of view समझ गए, हम आपका केस समझ गए. अब हम करें क्या ये बताइए. What sort of order which should not, either then it will amount to the same allegation that you leveled on the other side. The other side will tomorrow complain and say, you never ascertained this fact, and you held that we've done this thing. So, we come up with a solution now.
Sir, my solution is yes. Okay, let this order of the president and the report may kindly be quashed, and a commission may be appointed to ascertain the truth, so that we can cross-examine them, they can cross-examine us.
Commission, under what law will we do that?
This honorable court can always do so.
No, they can
to ascertain the truth about the matter.
No, it can't be remanded to the Supreme Judicial Council.
Sir,
is that a possibility or it's not?
It can be, yes. It can be, yes. It can.
No, I want your clear thinking on this.
After questioning the order of
sub-article 7 sub-article 7
there is one problem which I see.
एक sub-article 7 भी पढ़ लें. 209 sub-article 7. 209 sub-article 7 पढ़ लें.
जी 7 साहब वो 7 की बात हो रही है ना, तो उसमें है a judge of the Supreme Court or of a High Court shall not be removed from office except as provided by this article. Article क्या provide करता है? President can remove on the basis of a report. The report has to be based on inquiry. So therefore under clause 7
नहीं देखें ये तो admitted fact हो गया that no one ascertained whether the allegation was factually correct or not. That much is established from what I've been able to understand. Unless somebody says, no, it's not been established. I don't think even Qazi Saab पूछते थे Qazi Saab कहाँ गए? Was the one way or the other whether the allegation was true or not? Was it been ascertained or not?
It was never inquired into, it was never ascertained. And if that part of the order would
How do we go forward then on this?
May I very respectfully submit?
Because, both can't be telling the truth.
No, quite right. May I very humbly submit, my lord? The order itself may have two components, although they are mixed up. As far as I'm concerned, they are mixed up in the sense, one is with respect to the public speech that was made. Whether the public speech that was...
That's a separate aspect.
This is what I'm saying.
That may in itself be such a grave crime that you remove him.
No, I'm making a
Or the implied in the order is the fact that you've leveled such serious allegations against some people,
which cannot be sustained because no inquiry was held. That portion...
What is the solution here?
May I very respect... This is what I was saying, Madam. May I very respectfully submit the order itself is composed of these two components. One is that a public speech was made. The other is that there was an allegation made or there were some assertions made which were not inquired into, and that was also held against the petitioner. Now that portion cannot be held against the petitioner so far as the STC order is concerned, because that was never inquired into. We are only then left, as far as this list is concerned, only left with the question whether the public speech that was made was...
नहीं देखिए उसका बड़े implication होगा. I think let's live in the real world. The entire eyes of the nation are before us. There are 2-3 constitutional offices involved. One is at stake is the independence of the judiciary. If I'm sure you will also agree that no judge should be removed without cause. I'm sure you will say that.
Yes, quite right. That's true.
That's one aspect. The other aspect is there's another constitutional body involved called the Supreme Judicial Council. Now, the Supreme Court should not interfere in the work of another constitutional body unless there is something so manifestly unconstitutional or unjust. What Mr. Hamid Khan Saab is saying is there was no inquiry held, and you are conceding it, and the Attorney General is also conceding it. Needless to say, if the statement made was false, he also concedes